Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that everything you've been chasing, success, wealth, approval, was never the answer. What if, in the stillness of doing nothing, you could find peace? What if the greatest truths weren't hidden in libraries or philosophies, but in the space between your thoughts? Zen Buddhism doesn't offer a map to a distant paradise. Instead, it hands you a mirror and simply asks you to look. In a world drowning in complexity, Zen points us back to simplicity. It doesn't promise answers, only presence. It doesn't demand belief, only awareness. And in doing so, it quietly transforms how we see ourselves in the world. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel. Here we explore the profound intersections of philosophy, mindfulness, and inner awakening. Each video is an invitation, a step inward, toward clarity, truth, and the quiet power of being fully present. If you're seeking depth in an age of distraction, you're in the right place. Let's begin. What is Zen Buddhism? Zen Buddhism, often simply called Zen, is not something you believe in. It's something you experience. Emerging from the rich tradition of Mahayana Buddhism, Zen evolved in China as Chan, and later spread to Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. At its heart, Zen is a practice of seeing into one's own nature and waking up to the truth of reality. Unlike many religious systems, Zen doesn't prioritize doctrine, scriptures, or elaborate rituals. In fact, it often pushes back against those things. Zen is iconoclastic. It cuts through concepts. It doesn't care much for intellectualizing or speculating about the cosmos. Instead, it asks, what is this moment? What is your true self before you name it? A famous Zen saying captures this perfectly. Don't seek the truth, just stop cherishing opinions. Simplicity as a path. In Zen, simplicity isn't just a lifestyle choice. It's a spiritual principle. Every layer of excess, be it physical, emotional, or intellectual, is seen as something that clouds our vision of reality. Zen monasteries reflect this simplicity. Clean lines, open spaces, minimal furnishings. The tea ceremony, a revered Zen practice, is a study in mindfulness and grace, performed with few words and deliberate, gentle actions. Why such austerity? Because in simplicity we begin to notice. We become present. When we aren't bombarded by noise and distraction, we finally hear the subtle murmur of our own mind, and beyond that, the silence beneath. This simplicity extends to Zen language too. Zen masters often answer students' complex questions with a single word, or even a shout. What? Because truth, they say, cannot be explained. It must be seen. And the mind must be jolted out of its habitual patterns to see it. One of the most well-known stories in Zen is the flower sermon. According to legend, the Buddha once gave a silent sermon by holding up a single flower. No words, just a flower. Most were confused, but one monk smiled. He understood. That smile marked the beginning of Zen. Enlightenment beyond thought. In traditional Buddhism, enlightenment, or satori in Zen, is the awakening to the nature of reality. Impermanent, interdependent, and empty of fixed identity. Zen doesn't deny this. But it doesn't talk about enlightenment as some far-off goal. Instead, it encourages the practitioner to realize that enlightenment is always available, right now. The challenge? Our thinking minds. Zen teaches that thought is not the enemy, but it's not the master either. We are constantly thinking, analyzing, categorizing. And in doing so, we mistake our thoughts about life for life itself. Imagine looking at a map and confusing it for the actual terrain. That's what Zen sees us doing all the time. Meditation, or Zazen, is the core practice in Zen. It's not about achieving bliss or escaping thoughts. It's about sitting, breathing, being. Just that. No striving. No clinging. Just letting what is be. And in that stillness, insights arise, not from effort but from surrender. Zen calls these sudden flashes of insight Kensho, the glimpse into one's true nature. They are not the end of the path but openings. Windows into what's always been here. The role of the teacher in the Koan. In Zen, teachers play a unique role. They are less like gurus and more like mirrors or riddlers. They won't give you answers, but they'll challenge your assumptions and confront your ego. One way they do this is through koans, paradoxical riddles or questions designed to short-circuit rational thought. A classic example is, what is the sound of one hand clapping? Koans aren't meant to be solved like puzzles. They're meant to bring the student to the edge of their logical mind, until something breaks open and a deeper knowing emerges. The teacher watches, challenges, and supports this inner breaking. They don't hand you truth. They help you uncover it yourself. Everyday Zen, bringing practice to life. Perhaps one of Zen's most beautiful aspects is how it brings spirituality down to earth. There's a saying, Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Zen isn't about escaping life. It's about fully engaging with it. Washing the dishes becomes a form of meditation. Walking becomes a sacred act. Every breath is a chance to wake up. In this way, Zen dissolves the boundary between the spiritual and the ordinary. There's no sacred chant required, no holy place needed. You are the temple. This moment is the practice. And in this spirit, Zen encourages a deep appreciation of the now, not as a concept but as a living, breathing reality. The rustle of leaves, the laughter of a child, the taste of tea, each moment is complete in itself. Zen in the modern world. In our modern age, defined by speed, distraction, and noise, Zen's teachings are more relevant than ever. We are constantly pulled outward, our attention scattered, our minds flooded with information. Zen invites us to pause, to return, to remember what it means to just be. But Zen isn't about rejecting modern life. It's not about becoming a monk or living in seclusion. Zen can be practiced in the heart of the city, in a noisy cafe, in a crowded subway. All it asks is presence, awareness, simplicity. You can start right now. Take a breath. Feel it. Be here fully. That's Zen. Zen in the modern world. In our modern age, defined by speed, distraction, and noise, Zen's teachings are more relevant than ever. We are constantly pulled outward, our attention scattered, our minds flooded with information. Zen invites us to pause, to return, to remember what it means to just be. But Zen isn't about rejecting modern life. It's not about becoming a monk or living in seclusion. Zen can be practiced in the heart of the city, in a noisy cafe, in a crowded subway. All it asks is presence, awareness, simplicity. You can start right now. Take a breath. Feel it. Be here fully. That's Zen. Zen Buddhism doesn't ask you to become something. It invites you to unbecome, to let go, to drop the masks, the roles, the stories. It whispers, you are already whole. Simplicity is not the absence of richness, it's the presence of clarity. Enlightenment is not a destination, it's the recognition that you never left. Zen is not a religion, not a philosophy. It's an experience, a lived moment, a direct pointing to reality. And now, in this breath, you are touching it. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Zen Buddhism. If this resonated with you, if you felt even a flicker of stillness, a pause in the noise, know that this is just the beginning. Here on the Unfolding Journey channel, we'll continue exploring paths of mindfulness, mysticism, and the inner dimensions of being. Together, we'll peel back the layers of illusion and return to what's real. So if you're ready to keep walking this path, slowly, mindfully, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share your reflections in the comments below. Until next time, be well, be present, and remember, chop wood, carry water.